The AutoScholar is partitioned into a set of modules which make it easier to find the relevant functionality for a use case. This video outlines the core AutoScholar modules.
The curriculum analyst provides insight at the academic program level. For the progression mapping function, the system uses graph theory to identify all the routes taken by students to graduation. The progression map reveals how students are operating within a program and assists program designers in understanding which courses or course combination lead to failure and dropout. The time to grad function provides automated cohort analysis. We can select individual programs, or whole faculties, or whole institutions to analyze the proportions of students graduating in minimum time and minimum time plus X. The student biographical function helps understand student demographics in terms of admissions and successful graduation. We can understand influence of high school education and financial stress on the level of preparedness and likelihood of graduation. Course View Connect is for lecturers to manage their classes of students, and to understand and benchmark their performance. The stats area provides insight into the performance change over the years, and through the cross-correlation function, helps the lecturer understand whether his or her course is performing in line with other similar courses. The assessments view shows the performance by students across all assessments taken in the course, and also helps management monitor whether students are receiving assessment feedback on time. The student view reveals the performance by students across the assessments and other courses they may be taking. It highlights which students are beginning to underperform as an early warning system. It auto-generates a message that a lecturer can customize and send to a student, highlighting identified areas of concern. The attendance view assists with attendance monitoring, with the facility allowing the lecturer to set up a pin for each class event, like tests, tutorials and lectures. At the event, the lecturer reveals the pin, and students have about a minute to enter the pin on their cell phones through Student View. The lecturer can review the attendance rate over time for individual students or for the whole course. The Course View Connect is designed to promote professional conduct by staff and students, and encourage positive study habits toward better performance. The Coursework Curator helps organize the teaching content and assessments to the point where the course could be run in person, or remotely. The first step is to deconstruct a course into its fundamental topics of study. We then set the parent-child relationships among topics to form the conceptual scaffold. The system auto-generates a graph which can be connected to the scaffolds of other courses in the curriculum. This has multiple applications. For curriculum designers, it helps optimize the placement of concepts, for example by bringing closer together a fundamental topic and its applied equivalent. It helps avoid logic errors, like teaching fundamental concepts after the more applied versions. It helps lecturers to illustrate the link between concepts and across topics. Both lecturers and students can then attach study materials to each topic in the scaffold. The assessments component helps lecturers or even students create assessment questions. By parametrizing any part of a question, the system can auto-generate virtually unlimited instances of that question for students to practice. The author can also declare the method for determining the correct answer, thus providing immediate and detailed feedback to students. The Coursework Curator is a powerful way to develop teaching and learning, and enable success through deep understanding. The Student Central component helps students understand their performance in the current semester, reflect on their progression, identify challenge areas, and connect with student support, other students, and lecturers. A dashboard summarizes a health check in terms of assessments in, and attendance at, course events. The Goals Setting section helps a student define the outcomes they want to achieve. A calendar service helps schedule the tasks needed to meet all the objectives, so that all the semester activities are properly managed. The student can also view more detail on their attendance at course events. A troubleshooting section helps students identify the specific issues they may be facing with achieving success in each of the courses being studied, be it academic, financial or personal. Through integration with the support services, the system auto-suggests reaching out to the appropriate services to ameliorate any issues identified. A diary service helps the student maintain a record of what has worked and what hasn't. It may be a valuable record in the student's later years in life. The basic performance statistics and course records are also available for the student to review. In the study section, the student can review his or her performance in the assessments of the Coursework Curator. It also shows a trophy room which rewards diligence and good performance, and a leaderboard to drive competition among learners at similar levels of performance. The casework counselor helps integrate the advising and support given to students. It records the engagement by a student with a support structure, whether it is advice from a lecturer in the context of a course, or discussion with financial and student fees advisors. The student may have received academic advice about course registration or overall progression, or may have engaged with counselors or other forms of support. The casework counselor helps schedule these activities and manages the level of disclosure for different parties. There are several applications of this service. First, it is useful for reviewing the level of engagement by students, and through analysis, highlights to a student which services they need to engage with. Second, it helps to develop a high level of consistency so that advisors can understand the student's history, and develop a consistent support strategy and follow-up actions. Third, it provides a report auto-generation when preparing for reviews and appeals for special consideration, for example, appealing against exclusion or to take on more coursework. Finally, the casework counselor assists with monitoring the engagement and effectiveness of the support structures in order to better direct resources. The AutoScholar provides its own API, so that its users can use its code base to conduct research or even create their own functionality. The Research Gateway encourages development and provides the tools to do this securely while respecting the privacy protocols. The Research Gateway exposes the AutoScholar's development engine. Users can customize their AutoScholar interfaces and functionality, or even create new components. The engine includes tools for browsing databases and creating APIs, and performing data analysis. A data visualization method is available for plotting graphs and charts. In the Model Builder, an ever-growing set of algorithms can be used to build predictive models. The GUI builder can be used to create an interface and package the program as a new component. If the functionality is useful, the component can be made available to other institutions through the third-party component store. This can be a source of third-stream income to an institution or staff member. The research portal also makes it possible to develop academic papers on data-driven education and institutional research. The Accreditation Automate component eases the degree accreditation process. Accreditation criteria specify how a graduate attribute or an exit-level outcome is assessed in the academic program. At the program view level, the system summarizes a report of accreditation compliance for all students whether past or present. At the student view level, the system shows the status of each graduate attribute together with the compliance status. The system supports changes in accreditation criteria over time, and also includes a program performance browser, to make it easier to decide on the accreditation criteria, and assess the likely impact on changing a criterion. Degree accreditation is an essential aspect of quality control today. The AutoScholar has supported degree accreditation at multiple institutions and has a 100% success record when assisting institutions achieve or maintain accreditation. The Admissions and Registration Advisor evaluates a student's record and determines the optimal placement and progression strategy. In modern academia, registration in even structured degrees can be complicated by a labyrinth of hard and soft rules. The complexity is necessary as advisors revise the rules to increase the chances for success. The Admissions and Registration Advisor eases the process of evaluating an individual student in terms of the admissions and registration rules, and provides registration recommendations. The system also builds predictive models and offers advice to students and administration on the best strategy and route to a successful graduation. Today, student debt is at an all-time record high. Academic institutions are under financial stress, and with subsidies based on graduation rates, admissions and registration optimization is a key activity. The Career Mapper helps students build a professional CV and cover letter that integrates with an authenticated academic record. They can apply for admission to academic programs, for scholarships, and for employment. A student may invite a potential scholarship provider or employer to review his or her CV by generating a time-limited link. The Career Mapper is also made available to funders and employers to create scholarship or employment postings. As students go on to become successful in their careers, this component can also be used to invite alumni to give back to their institutions, or consider participation in academic mentorship programs, or making employment possibilities accessible to students of their alma mater.
Deep dive and training videos are available for each of these components. Additional modules may be added to the AutoScholar Advisor system as the need arises.
To create an implementation of the AutoScholar at your academic institution, please send us a query or visit the website for more information. We look forward to partnering with your institution on this journey toward deep learning and educational excellence.